Oh, I like a nice turnout like this. All right, these are going to go right into your bomb. So once you've got it under your bottom, just take a little sway side to side, just get like used to it. And a little tiny butt massage. So just wriggle all the way to one bum cheek, but at the very top of your bum cheek, and then the other side. Get into your Pilates, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do a couple more of these, then bring yourself back into the middle. And then just pause there. So you need to adjust the ball, you can do. And then we're going to take a long deep breath in. On the exhale, just gently squeeze the ball by pushing down into your lower abs, down into your back, feeling the pressure down into the ball. And just gently release it completely, allowing your ribcage to lift a little bit more. Then exhale, go again, squeeze. And you feel the top of your ribcage closing down as you press down into that ball, and then release again. Just do that one more time. Holding this position, the legs come up to tabletop. And we straighten them up and just wake up the hamstrings. I want to see the soles of the feet pressing up towards the sky. Straightening out through the knees, then maximum. Pull those toes down towards you so you stretch down the calves as well. And then point the toes and let's take one leg down towards the floor, lifting it all the way up to meet the other leg and swapping. So just begin to find a little bit of stability. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Lift you up to core. So you use your shoulders here to stabilize, but I want you to just make sure they're a little bit more relaxed. Don't let them tense up to the ears. Now on your next leg drop on the left one, I want you to just hold it down. Keep the toes pointed, straight out the knee, and that left leg, just press it up, down, just a little tiny movement. And I want you to control it by using your lower tummy muscles. Squeezing, starting to activate the thighs. Give me 6 more of these. Now that right leg, push it higher up towards the sky, squeeze deeper in towards the abs. On your last one, you just simply lift the leg all the way up, and we do the same on the other leg. Hold for a second, lengthen, squeeze, and then press it up and down. Don't let the leg drop lower than your hip level. Very easy to let it drop down to the floor here. We want to keep the back neutral. Lengthen the left leg a little bit more. Squeeze deep into the belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, all the way up to meet the other leg. Now bend the knees to tabletop. Inhale, open the knees out wide. Exhale, extend the legs forward into a wide V, squeeze them together and bring them back in again. So a little bit of hip mobility, let them drop out wide, kick them forward and pull them in and bend the knees. So you've got a good lots of support with the ball here, so you can take your legs fairly low. If you really don't want to do that, you can just extend your legs a little bit higher up and then bring them together again and bend and repeat. So they're like breaststroke legs. If I'm holding the right place.
Not going to say anything.
No, don't say anything at all. And give me 4 more of these really big extensions through the knees. Make sure you're relaxing those shoulders. One more big circle. And then bend the knees back in towards the chest. And then squeeze them in towards your chest. And you'll just feel a lovely little natural stretch into your lower back. So the knees are tucking in towards you. And just enjoying that little release through your sacrum. Now we're going to bring the legs back to tabletop again. This time we're going to extend our legs forward. We're going to open them out wide, bend them wide, and pull them back in together. So reverse breaststroke legs. So when you're doing this exercise, I want you to really focus about squeezing into the ball, pushing deep down, just so that your lower back or the middle of your back doesn't elevate a little bit more. You want to keep it a little bit flattened towards the ground. Push, extend those legs, bend them wide, squeeze them back together in. One more. One, two. When you've done your last one, this time I want you to bring your legs straight up to the sky. Push them back 45 degrees away. Hold there and just draw the abs in and just isolate the body. If you want to go lower, you can go a little bit lower. 10-second hold. Just really waking up those abs. Push your rib cage down. Breathe. Take one more breath there. And then bend the knees and pop your feet down to the ground. Take your feet and knees a little bit wider. Slightly cup your ball with your hands and then tuck your shoulder blades under. And lift up. Squeeze your legs together at the top. Open them back up and lower them back down. Sorry, lower your bum back down. So lift, squeeze, open, and then drop to the ball. So if you're comfortably bringing your knees together, you need to take your feet a little bit wider. If you're struggling to get those knees touching, bring your feet in a little bit more. I want you to really feel the squeeze. Get connection with those thighs so the inner thighs are active. Lift the hips up a little bit higher and squeeze your butt a little bit more. And breathe out to squeeze, breathing on the release. 5 more of these. Last 2. One more. Hold the thigh squeeze. Lift the hips. If your buttocks touching the ball, lift up a little bit more if you can. Hold it for 5, 4, squeeze those legs tight together and then release them out and pop your bottom back down on that ball. Carefully lift the knees back in towards you. You may want to hold your knees this time, just drive the thighs in towards your chest. Okay, we are going to challenge your stability a little bit more. So you're going to take the legs to 90 degrees and we're going to remove the arms. I want you to extend one leg, opposite arm away from the body and pull back in and swap to the other side. This is where you may fall off your ball. I feel like I'm going to. So we extend and lengthen. That's the right place anyway. A little bit more of a challenge. You can do it with straight arms and straight legs. So we don't bend the knees at all. It's your choice. Slowly do it. Does it? Do it. Whatever the words are. Just in your own time through your breath. And you don't have to remove the arms at all. You put them back down and just do the legs on their own. So it's a really good opportunity to really, really press down into that ball. Secure your body, isolate as much as you can. Natural to have a little bit of a wobble. And just give me 6 more of these. Okay, when you've done your last one, I want you to keep your arms and your legs up to the sky. Push your arms back behind you and lower your legs either 45, halfway, or 3/4 of the way, and then squeeze down into that ball and hold. Hold it. Rib cage down. Middle of your abs down. Lower abs down. 5, 4. Squeeze more and release. Good. Feet down. Remove the ball and let that lovely feeling go into your lower back as you just lower down. It's lovely. You might just get some weights. Do you want me to get them for you? Oh. All right, so we're going to take that ball now and put it between our knees. Pop the feet back down to the floor. Arms can stay relaxed down. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, if possible, touching. And we're going to begin lifting back up into that bridge again. Squeeze the ball at the top, lowering our buttocks, they brush the floor, and lift it all the way back up again, squeezing at the top. So when you've got your feet together and a ball between the knees, it really doesn't allow you to go too high on your bridge. But try and keep the buttocks squeezed at the top. Go 5 more. Two. Last one stays out. We go back into that pulse. This time the hips stay still. We pulse the inner thighs. Tiny little movement, squeezing on that ball to your absolute maximum point of tension. Press, 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 press. Now lift your hips another inch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Squeeze it. Lift those hips and then roll it out. Keeping the ball between the knees, just ease it up a little bit. We lift the legs to tabletop, taking the feet slightly higher, and we swing our arms out to a T shape. We begin by rolling over to one side, turning our eye gaze to the other. If you can brush the floor, amazing, do so. Lift all the way back up through center, eye gaze the other way, and the knees the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. In flicks of my back. Does anyone else get them?
Yeah, sometimes.
Just not today.
I don't know, when we started, it's like putting it down.
It's a good sign. Back clickage.
Is it?
Yeah. Loosening everything up. Letting oxygen flow through the joints. Huh?
I don't think my back's ever killed. Now knees, yeah.
So have you started to drop your heels lower than your knees? Lift them back up. Now we're just going to add into this. When you next come back to center, tap the heels to the floor, lift them back in, and carry on rotating. Move them up, you tap down, pivoting from the hips, back in, and over to the side. So if you've dropped your heels close towards your bottom, then you're cheating. You push your thighs away, pull your thighs in. So if you lift your heels even higher, it's even harder, which is what you want. You might start to slide down your mat, as I am.
Yep.
Which means your arms might get left behind. And you're meant to be using your weight.
I've got one way.
Where's the other one?
You said get a weight, so I got out of weight.
Right,
You
everyone.
said get some
you
weight,
go.
sir. I'd know what to do.
Guys, I want you to have your palms facing up, you do, but your palms down. So that opening up through the chest, squeezing down. What weight have you got?
Oh no. There's a nearest one.
Right, give me 2 more, including a tap down in the middle 4 times in total.
Which you got damage for.
You'll damage your fingers. You're really ready, you're right. Wow. You're coping, what it is. You're coping. Yeah. Now we're going to do one more, I think. That's where you should be. One more tap down in center. Lift back up. Then let go of your weights underneath. Slide your elbows to hands behind the head. Bend your elbows out. Right. Curl up. Elbows to knees. Head down. Feet down. Curl up. Now, even though I'm pulling my elbows forward, which is kind of what we try not to do, I'm not pulling my head. I'm just curling in from the shoulders, tapping my kneecap, pushing away. If you want more, you can extend your legs, open the feet, pull back in. 8 more. Or just stick to the toe tap. Then your last 4. Last 2. 1 more. And then pop those feet down onto the floor. Taking a breather. Now remove the ball from moving to your knees. And I want you to put your left foot on the ball with your right foot on the ground. We're going to push the hip up into a bridge. And then squeeze down into that ball with that left foot. Lift the hips. If you wish, you can take your arms up and over. Just really concentrate on that left side. Squeeze the butt. And I want you to roll the heel in towards your bottom and roll the heel out away. So if you can see me, I'm just rolling the ball, tips of the toes, and pushing away. Now, what you want to avoid doing is letting your hips drop. You don't have to have your arms over your head for this, by the way. You can bring your arms back for your stability. We're just doing a little hamstring curl, lengthening, squeezing all the way in as far as it will go. So you end up with the ball, top, bottom of the calf, and then onto the tips of the toes. Push deeper into that right hip, lift up a little bit higher. Give me 4 more of these. Lovely. Looks very beautiful, everybody. On that last one, just roll the ball all the way back in again. Lift the hips up high. And then roll it out. Just keeping the arms above your head, that's where they are. Now just swap the ball over to the other foot whilst you're there. I was very close to hamstring cramp there. Was anyone else with me on the hamstring cramp?
Already there.
Oh, good. All right, let's lift up. When you're ready, lift into a bridge. First of all, we just isolate. We squeeze our foot down into that ball just to activate the back of the thigh. And when you're ready, we roll in, we roll away. Squeeze all the way in, push all the way away. 10 of these in total. Left buttock needs to be fired up to keep the hips elevated. Also going to the right now. Up a little bit more. So I've got 3 more left to do. We should be around the same place. Let's lift up a tiny bit higher if we can. Roll that foot in for the last time. Little lift to the top. And then roll it back out. Ooh. Good. Free the feet. Bring the soles of the feet together, let your knees fall out, and just taking a rock through the knees. You can move the arms now if you wish. Okay, that ball now is going to slide between the ankles. Plug your knees in towards your chest for a moment. And then you're going to take those arms back out wide, so you might want to lose those weights again. So now we're holding our legs at 90-degree angle, palms facing up. We allow ourselves to rock halfway or 3/4 of the way to the right. And then extend both your legs towards the right hand. Bend the knees back through to center. And go the other way. Pause. We extend towards the left hand and back in again. So with rotation like this, you want to pull your toes towards your hand. Don't push your legs away. You're pulling your legs in, straighten them. You really rotate a little bit more and you work the obliques a little bit more. Try and get your knees as straight as they will go.
without kicking forward.
Without kicking forward. Well, you can kick the person next to you. Just see how people I crowded into a room the other day on Monday morning. Room was probably 3/4 the size of this. No, mine. It was a lot smaller than this room. We've got 10 bodies. It was a nightmare. But it was also quite comical as well, so everyone had a sense of humour.
You managed to stack them up.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go one more to the right, one more to the left. So if you do your left now, still do another one each way. Pin the shoulder blades to the floor, straighten the knees a little bit more. Okay, we're going to stop in the centre. Take a pause. And then fold your ball down towards your bottom a little bit more. So now you've got a full bend knee. Turn your knees towards the right, about halfway. And we're going to extend the legs up towards the right hand, bend the heels back into the bottom. 10 times on one side. Keep trying to push your left shoulder blade down. Get a bit more of a squeeze between the ankles. Big fold in, big kick away. I've got 2 more. And when you've done your last one, you fold back in, you roll through to the middle, take a quick pause at the spine, fall into neutral. Exhale, go over to the other way, about halfway. And when you're ready, let's kick towards that left hand. 10, bend, 9. Come on, let's get these toes all the way up towards the hand. 8, 7. Squeeze deep into the tummy. The more you squeeze your tummy, the more you can bring your thighs in towards you. 4 more. Release my ball. 3, 2, one more big extension. And then roll back to center, pop the feet down in the middle. Again, let your knees fall out, go back into that rocking sensation. Now just sit the ball to the side of your mat, bring the knees back together again, bring your thighs in towards you. Take a little roll up, and we're going to spin around to our hands and knees. We're going to open up those hips and work the outer hips, buttocks, and thighs a little bit more. With or without ball, entirely up to you. Take the ball behind your left leg and just squeeze it up towards your hamstring. You're going to drop down to your right elbow. Your left hand is going to be slightly wide of your mat. We're going to lift the left leg up, open it all the way out, put it all the way forward and all the way down. So as big a circle as you can make, going in the same direction. And so that, because you're leaning on the right, it means you can open your left hip a little bit more. And just...
I was just going to say, anyone else worried they're going to drop the ball?
Use the ball in tight. So every circle you do, you want to make it bigger. Right, give me one more, please. Hover it at the bottom, hover. Go the other way. Out to the side, up and around, put it around and down. Move that knee out to the side a little bit more. So I've got one more circle left to do. Pause at the bottom, lower the knee down for a moment. Take a breath in, lower both elbows to the floor. And then lift that left leg up and back down and up. So we're just doing a little hamstring hamstring curl with a hip extension, squeezing the butt at the top, lowering down. I can't feel it anymore. Wait, you can feel it, can't you? You can. You just want to really pull the calf to the hamstring. Hold up the top, everybody. Give me some pulses at the top. Really squeeze into that left buttock. Squeeze the ball so that hamstring is fired even more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just lower it down briefly for a moment. Slide your left hand back out again. Lengthen out your spine so you're not sinking down to your shoulder blades. Abs on. Lift the knee out to the side. Put it further forward towards your left elbow. So we're going forward and back like this. Forward, back. Forward, back. Opening and closing that hip. Keeping it as high as you can. Press. Press. And your right leg should be feeling this. Lift it a little bit higher. 8, back. 7, back. Stay with me. Get it up more. Aim for the shoulder, not the elbow. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up and down. Press, 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 press. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Just take your right leg and push back into the heel. Engage your abdomen. Push down into your forearms. I go slightly forward, flatten the back, and lift your left knee into a hover. I'm going to slide. Can you then extend your leg and hold here? If not, drop both toes to the floor, that's fine. Squeeze that butt, push through that left leg, point the toe. Lift that right knee off the floor if you can. Right knee off. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, drop to the ground. Please. Grab your ball with your hand. I can't.
Once you
can't
come
use
to ball, you can't go any further down.
everything then comes out wrong, doesn't it?
It does.
So just take a moment to relax into the floor. Feet to the corners of your mat. Go wrong with one sock on, one sock off. Elbows out to the side. Hold onto the ball with your palms of your hands. Then slide your fingers around. And then we're going to lift up, squeeze, and release down.
You need a new name for these things.
Now we're going to add into this. So when your next lift up, do a little side squeeze through the waistline, back to the middle, side squeeze to the other side and back down. Now what happens when you do this is your leg wants to brush on the floor. So you need to really fix your legs down tight. The wider your legs are, the easier it is. Oh, I'm wrong in my head now. So really think about side flexion and squeeze that ball between the hands. Tight up.
Until your eyes water.
Now, if you don't like the ball, you can just bring your fingertips to the side of the head and do exactly the same thing with your fingertips in. 6 more, 3 more each side. 6. Should be feeling that. Top shoulders. Even that last one, back to center and just release off. Make a little pillow with your hands. Make your shoulder blades fall apart. Now bring your hand around to the side of your shoulders. Push yourself up. Don't need the ball right now. Just sit back into your heels. Take a little stretch back. Child's pose. Put your arms a little bit closer together. And then lift your eye gaze and lengthen your spine. From here, we're going to lift up, curve your spine, then straighten your spine, then bend your elbows, lower down to tricep. See if you can hover off the ground, push yourself all the way back up. Curve your spine and sit back. Option, bring your knees a little bit closer together. You lift one leg, down, push all the way back. You bring your leg back in and you swap to the other side. Or keep both your feet, legs on the floor, that's also fine. Just do it like this. You don't necessarily have to go all the way down to a hover. Work on your techniques. You might want to bring your hands a little bit closer in and just do a little bend here. Push back up instead. So the rocking motion is important, that you're rolling your body forward and you imagine your elbows are squeezing into your waistline every time. You can do what Auntie's doing, where you just lift all the way up, do one leg, all the way back in, and then the other leg. With 6 more, please. 3 more each leg. We'll both legs down. 6 more in total. Make sure you're working deep into those triceps. Good guys. Oh, we've lost movement.
She went,
Already?
so,
He has to be back forward, which doesn't need to on this one.
Oh, I just didn't hear her go. Just slid off softly.
like a ninja.
Right, where are we? Couple more? Is that right? Someone talk to me because I've lost count because I've got
Yeah, one more after
Practice.
that one.
0. One more. All the way up. And then relax the back. Oh no, she's only done one side as well.
Exactly.
Didn't realise it was already that time.
Should be in the gym walking in circles.
No. All right, let's work on the other side. So come up onto your hands and knees, grab your ball again, round the right leg, tuck it in. Your left elbow goes down, your right hand goes out. Flush in the back, so you're not just collapsed into your shoulders. Nice and strong through the core. We pull up, we open out, come around and down. The best thing about Easter this time was yesterday morning at about 8:45.
When they went back to school.
They all just fought the whole time. Right, one more in this direction. Big, big, big circle. Then we pause at the bottom. Don't drop that knee. Take a breath in, reset through the spine, and then take the leg out, up, and around, opposite way. Then, this term is like 4 weeks, and they're off again.
And rock again. Incredible, isn't it?
But they have a very long term, I think, towards summer. 5 more. Come on, get these circles bigger, get the knee higher. Allow more movement through the body, but squeeze the abs at the same time.
Anything else?
No, that's all the instructions.
There's a lot to think about, isn't there?
I'm very good at multiple instructions at once. Men love it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, one more big one. And then we can drop that knee briefly to the ground, bringing both arms underneath. Reset, flat back, squeeze the abs, squeeze the ball, lift the leg, and press that leg up and down. So we're doing 10 repetitions here. I'm really struggling on this side compared to the other side.
Which leg do you kick a football with?
My right,
6.
it is one under tension.
Yeah. Any golf swing will affect it as well.
No, I'll tell you what, I have got an issue with my left forearm. I've injured it badly through hitting the ground playing golf. And it's not going away because I keep doing it.
I've got an idea.
Hold up at the top.
Oh, try not to hit the ground. I tend to hit the windmill more than the ground.
Mel, but crazy golf. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just drop it to the ground very briefly. We slide that right arm back out again. Reset the spine, because as soon as we relax, we just curve into it, we drop into the shoulders. I go slightly forward, and then let's lift up and down. But please tell me you watched the Masters.
God, no.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Everyone watches the Masters, even if you're not into golf, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Excellent.
Sorry to say, there are 3 things in life I don't really do a lot of. Golf, tennis, it's sport wise, and golf.
Hold up high. Let's pulse it now. Squeeze the ball, keep it at its maximum point. Now lift the knee a little bit higher. Pull the knee forward towards the elbow and do the wrong type of pulses. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. 10, 9, 8. Come on. Pull, 3, 6, 5, 4. Get it higher. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out your left leg and push it to your heel and stretch out the hamstring. Can you then lift your right knee to a hover? Or if you wish, slide it back and lower the hips and hold. So if you're here, it's a lot easier because you can lift your hips higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're just going to come to the floor again. Make a pillow. The body be heavy. Right, I don't like this exercise, but we're going to do it. You're going to get the ball and you're going to feed it between your ankles. And then lower it back to the floor again. Can be done without the ball. Squeeze the belly in gently, squeeze the backs. Hold the ball, push it through the ankles. We're going to lift the leg up into a hover to begin with and simply lower. Now we are going to add into this. So in the minutes, I want you to lift up, fold the ball towards the bottom, lifting your knees and thighs off the ground, kicking it away and lowering everything down. So lift, fold, lengthen and down. So we want to try and get the kneecaps off the ground the whole time, the lower part of the thighs off the ground the whole time. Good work, guys. So it does feel a little bit wobbly with the ball, but you're doing a beautiful job. Even you are.
Well, my knee, it depends how far I want to go forward. Get off.
That's fine, that's far enough. Just get those thighs off the ground. 4 more. Hamstring work today, unexpectedly. Okay, let's hold that last one in. So fold in, squeeze in, lift the thighs, and give me some little pulses up and down. Squeeze those ankles, get that ball, more engagement on that ball. Lift, 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 lift. Buttocks, buttocks. Make sure your legs are folded if you can. That's it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and release. So let go of the ball and just wobble the hips side to side. Your hands around to the side of the head, push yourself up, take a little cat stretch at the top. The ball will be behind you, spin around and get it. And I want you to put your right hand on the ball, wide of your mat, your left hand on the floor. And we're going to go straight into push-up. So a little bit of a challenge here. Your hand is slightly elevated, a little bit wobbly perhaps. If you want to challenge it even more, take the opposite leg off the floor and keep it there the whole time. You can take your push-up as low as you want. You can do what Auntie's doing and look at me. That's going to happen with me. And I want you to do 10 on this side and then simply switch sides. You keep both knees down, that's fine. So push-ups. Keep going whilst I talk. Always make sure your nose is way further forward than your hands when you're pushing up. Top sides when you're finished. What tends to happen when we get tired is this happens. Yeah, you're better off putting your knees closer in and dropping down further. So you're getting those elbows always slightly like an arrowhead, very subtly like an arrowhead. They're not out to the side at a 90-degree angle. Right, should be on the other side now. Breathing in to go down, guys. Breathing out to power up. We're all going to different paces, so I'm relying you to count. I've got 5 more left on this side. When you have finished, you can just bring yourself back into child's pose again. Oh, fatigued that last minute.
That's one. Failed.
Do it now. Good. Now, take hold of that ball when you've finished. Put your hands on top of the ball and stretch out. Lower your head and chest between the arms. If you want more, take the knees wide and you're getting deeper into the stretch. So with your hands on top of the ball, it challenges your lats into that stretch a bit more. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up. Okay, come up onto your knees. Tuck your toes under and just give me a little bit of a foot stretch. Toe stretch, arch of the foot stretch. Just really sink your weight back. Give your feet, it's freedom of the feet, this is. So we're going to take this into a bit of a hip flexor stretch. So we're going to lift up, slide the toes back, take your left leg forward and sink down into the hips. So some of you may find the balls helpful for this stretch. If you struggle to get your hands flat down to the floor, just rest your hands on the ball. But what I want to see is your right leg is as far back behind you as possible so you get your full stretch down the thigh, and then you sink your hips down and lengthen out your spine. The elbows quite happily. If you want to drop your elbows, drop your elbows. You can do it sadly. There we go. I'm right here for
Yeah.
you.
Hamstrings on fire.
So come up off your elbows when you're ready, bring your left hand around the outside of your foot, and then simply push your body weight back, keeping your toes on the ground, straighten out through that left leg, lower your head and chest down. Toes on the ground, and push the left leg straight up, go. So again, your ball can be quite handy here. You're going to lean into it. Walk your fingers a little bit closer towards the underneath of your body, and then push your body weight back as you roll onto the heel, toes to the sky, and then drop down even deeper. Now, to listen to my instructions before you do it. You're all going to end up going towards the right. So from here, you're going to turn your body, that foot swings around, and the left leg slides away, and you drop down onto your elbows. Inner thigh stretch.
Probably that was.
Sorry. Much fate.
And the drop. So you drop down into the arms, you lift and lengthen your spine, push your hips back and sink down in between the feet. Try and get the outer edge of your left foot pushed to the floor, so your little toe is pressed into the ground. That is half the challenge. So roll onto the floor with your foot on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too.
Really nice ankle mobility.
Oh yeah, I always worry about my ankles not being well by.
They need your mobility. They need it. All right, we're going to push up onto our hands, slide the leg back in again, and then pivot back round to where you were. Tuck your toes under when you're back in the middle. Lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Bend your knees to begin with, and lift the bottom and lengthen the spine, belt to the head and chest between those arms, and then you can extend the legs, push your heels to the floor. All I want you to do is pick up the left knee, slide it forward, transition into, what's it called? Pigeon. I always forget that word. Once you've settled in pigeon, you can settle down further into the arms, or you can come straight into this, like Lenny, and then just find your stretch here. Every time you exhale, let your body just settle further into the stretch. You can up onto your hands when you're ready. Tuck your toes under at the back and just slide the leg back so you're on your hands and knees again. Roll up and step your right leg forward. Sink down into that hip. Use the ball if you need to. Hands inside that right foot. Left leg as far back as it will go. And lift it up through the spine as you sink the hips down. Put your elbows if you like. Rest side. Get the hamstring on that side as well.
Yep, that's the only place it hurts. I say hurts, it's very.
So that. All right, when you're ready, come up with your hands. Hit your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Toes pressed to the ground, and we push our hips back and lower our head and chest down.
And it hurts the same place.
chest closer in towards your body. And then just roll back a little bit more onto the heel, so pull the toes up, and then lowering further into that hamstring stretch.
Yeah, and these things is 8 years old.
Oh, horrible.
Health and safety, pre-COVID though, so yeah.
Well, don't open it and breathe in.
Oh,
Well,
right.
why not? Because it's got no COVID in it. Pure air.
Yeah.
Whatever's in it will be dead.
That was before.
You can hear the germs and everything.
Ah.
I'll get one in, one to me.
All right, we're all going to turn to the left. We're going to pivot around. We're going to slide the right leg back. We're going to drop our elbows down to the right. When you feel that stretch, lengthen out through the spine, push your bum back, feet back, and lower the hips down. Again, try and get your little toe pressed to the floor.
You break when you pull on them.
People do that in my classes.
Yeah, not
Usually the men, actually. I don't think the men are used to that control.
Have to try.
I'm feeling kind of sketch about going to things like yoga projects and just discovering wind from 1972.
Can you go a little bit deeper? And then we come up. We bring our hands underneath us, we flip back around to where we were. Once you're there, you tuck your toes and go back into that downward facing dog with a deep bend knee, hips up, extend the spine, and then push your heels down. Enjoy it. And then the right knee bends forward. We simply transition pigeon on the right side or seated hurdle. Once you've found your stretch, you can lower down into it. There. And then bring yourself back up. And let's transition ourselves over confidence. Grab hold of your knees, lift yourself up, pull your chest up and shoulders back. Like you're doing a spine extension. Which feels nice. And then walk your fingers forward and go the opposite way to flexion. And then walk your hands back in and then bring your spine to neutral. So just take a little shoulder roll up, back and down. Take the arms out wide. And as always, we finish off taking a big deep breath in. Bring our hands together. We take fingers, we push the palms away. We take a full extension up through the spine. And then we finally bow. We finally clap ourselves. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.